Welcome to the very first episode of The Final Whistle, where the noise stops and we get to break down every sporting activity around the world. We give you analysis and honest opinions about every sporting activity around the world, from Kenya Premier League to English Premier League, and every sporting activity, including athletics, cricket, and everything you need to know in the world of sports. I'm your host, Tony Audi, and today I'm joined by one of the most passionate football fans and also the president of Maseno Premier League, Mengala Senior. How are you, bro?
I'm fine, thank you, Tony.
Yeah, karibu PMTV.
Nashukuru. It is an honor to be here.
Yeah,
nashukuru.
So this is the final whistle, and this is an episode brought to you by playmaster.co.ke. You can go on to Playmaster and also place yourself a bet. Remember, you can win a Nissan Note. Just go to our casino and play Royal Win. 2 Nissan Notes are being given, and also 30 winners wanapewa prizes pale daily. So head on to Playmaster, and without data, you can join through *265#. Now, who is Mengala Senior? I've seen you in the social media. I've seen the work you're doing. Who is Mengala Senior?
Mengala Senior is a medical student, a pharmacist at Maseno University doing the final year. I'm the president of the University League, Maseno Premier League, a league that has been there for around 6 years now. It has been running, it has been developing talents. So when it comes to talk about myself, majorly I don't major on the academic stuff. I major on the football stuff because I believe in football, I believe in talents, I believe in sports taking you where education can't. I serve as a referee, FKF referee here in Kenya. I also serve as a football coach for teams in Maseno, and I'm also a football administrator for tournaments.
Wow, that's good. But then Maseno is my home. Natoka Maseno. Yeah.
Mimi masomo linipeleka huko.
Yeah, so it's good seeing such a great initiative from Maseno University running the Maseno Premier League. I don't think sijakuwa for the past 6 years sijakuwa huko sana, but it's good to see football growing on that other side. Now, we just want to talk about Maseno Premier League for some time before tuendelee na the conversation in the elephant in the room. Maseno Premier League, how do you do it? Is it like normal leagues, and iko na teams ngapi?
So Maseno Premier League, it was established by the students themselves, not the school administration.
Yeah.
The reason we established this thing was, one, tulikuwa tutaka promote talents around the school, because we are realizing that we have many people who know ball, but because of a lot of freedom and nothing to do, the talent inaenda ikipotea. So the league was brought there to promote and to develop those talents ambazo zimekuwa zikigrow. Maseno Premier League has people in the KPL currently. We have Bet, who is playing for Shabana. Timothy Ekavi, who is also playing for Kariobangi Sharks. They all came from Maseno Premier League. We have a lot of players wanacheza NSL and the other leagues too. And so this league was established. It has 2 divisions currently, the Maseno Premier League and the Maseno Championship, where the championship acts like an NSL here in Kenya, where you want promotion to the league. It has 20 teams for the league, where the first 17 teams zitakuwa zikibaki, the last 3 zinakuwa relegated, you promote 3 from the championship. So the league has 20 teams that are formed on different bases. Some are based on school, like we have medical elites based on medics, but we have others that are even formed by tribes. We have P1 for the Maasais. So the league is there, and we use the theme of epuka drugs na football. So that is why we have that league mainly. When wanakuja wanacheza, una develop talents, inakusaidia unaepuka drugs, because people come and tell us that enyewe league imetusaidia tunaepuka drugs. Maseno Premier League is not limited to the university students only, but also to the community members around. Tuna promote your unity. Yeah, because you have like the Maseno School, a national school that it is there. Wanacheza league yetu. We also have other community teams that we involve them in our activities.
Talking about something like running a Premier League, umesema ni 2-tier, the Maseno Premier League and the Maseno Championship. We all know that such a thing needs needs sponsors, needs money. Do you have some sponsors who are sponsoring the league, or how do these teams sustain their players? Mtu akipata injury, is there any sponsorship?
Currently, the league is dependent on its own. We are ready to have sponsorship, but we have bid. We are waiting for responses. We are working on them, but it is students who facilitate. Teams register using money for both the Premier League and for the Championship. But we also receive support from well-wishers. People come and say that we want to promote the league. They give you something that you use to run the league, but you don't have permanent sponsorship, even from the school itself. But we are working on it. We fund ourselves, our trophies, our awards, our activities. But the good thing is, if you pick an injury and you are part of the school, you'll be treated using the hospital facilities, because they know there's a league that is running. So they will take care of you. They'll give you the first medical attention, and in case you need reference, they will take you to higher hospitals.
Okay. So it's a league that runs from which month to which month? Because umesema iko na 20 teams.
Yeah, we have 20 teams. It is a one-leg league, but it is semestral. For one semester, you have, like, for example, we had 2026A for this second semester. As we embark on September, we'll be having 2026B.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a good initiative from Maseno University, Maseno Premier League, and I'll be following. And in case nikue that other side na semester iko on, I'll come and visit the league.
Yeah, you people, you are invited there. You can also help us with the media and publication stuffs and advertise the league further.
Okay.
Very much welcome.
Okay. That's well noted. Now, umesema that you're a referee and also you're a coach. You coach one of the teams in the Maseno Premier League.
Yeah. The medical elites team. I was their coach, but I'm soon leaving that office.
With you leaving, do you think will you still be managing to be the president of the league, or you leaving means that you have to leave everything behind? You have to support it outside?
So because I said I'm a final year student, this will be my last academic year in the school. That means I'll be leaving also the office of the president, and I'll be having to support the league from outside. Okay.
Now, umesema that Maseno Premier League has produced some players. By there, I know Timothy, I've been talking to him. Hata by there, I'm soon inviting him here if he'll be available. And the Kenya Premier League situation, we've seen the league is about to start. The league was scheduled to start on 22nd of this month, August. But there are some cases. There's a case at Murang'a High Court about FKF versus Evans Nduta. Then there is also a case with the Sports Disputes Tribunal for promotion and relegation. First, the case that is at Murang'a High Court, Evans Nduta versus FKF, was to be mentioned on the 14th of August, just a week before the league starts. Do you think such things zinafanya ligi yetu ikue so behind na pia ina drive away investors and sponsorship deals?
Yeah, a lot. That is one key issue that is where the current league, Kenya Premier League, is facing. That we have a lot of dragging of issues and politics that come in between to the football. Hizo siasa ndo zinafanya ligi yetu ibaki nyuma. For example, you cannot be solving such issues when the league is about to start.
Yeah.
There's been this whole holiday. Wangekuwa wanafanya hizo issues, they could be tackling those issues. When that time comes, itakuwa imemalizwa. Let us assume that the decision that will be made at the Murang'a High Court, one party will not be contented with it. There's a right to appeal.
Of course.
When will I appeal and when will it be listened to before the league commences? Because once the league has commenced, for example, that case of promotion and relegation. It is affecting me. Let me say it is affecting me because Timothy Kavi of Kariobangi Sharks, they belong to that position that they want to participate in the playoffs. With who? Mombasa United. Yeah. Mombasa United, it also has people from MPL. We have Clinton Migono there and Mwangi there that they came from us. I was talking this morning with Clinton and he was telling me they're not yet aware whether they're going to play the playoff or they're directly promoted. So these are two teams. Kariobangi Sharks, it has hopes that I'm going to face Mombasa United
in the playoffs
and remain in the league.
Yeah.
This is Mombasa United that fought so hard in the NSL, saying that it is going to be promoted to the league directly. Now, come a case where Mombasa United participate in playoffs and they lose to Kariobangi Sharks. They have to play NSL again. Those people will be dismantled. They'll be feeling like these people, they have done us injustice. They told us that we will be promoted directly, because you will go to the court, they're saying, FKF is saying that for us, we already made it clear that the third place team will be automatically promoted.
Yeah.
But the court tribunal is facing a case where they're saying that the process was not well stipulated before the beginning of the league. That is what Kariobangi Sharks are using in defense. So at the end, the league is almost here, but we still don't have it. We don't know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
There's total silence. There's total no decision that has been made.
These cases are yet to be mentioned. Some of them are atujui because FKF and their lawyers about 4 days ago walikuwa wameenda court of appeal, but then court of appeal imeenda recess from August 1st to 15th September. 15th September itakuwa too late.
Yeah.
Waende mention and all those court processes we don't know how long it'll take. So I think mbona every kitu kidogo tu ni koti. We can't solve these issues the football way.
It is lack of trust in our leaders. That you believe that the people who are there in offices, maybe they are biased or they will be siding with one team. You will ask Mombasa United, they'll say, maybe they'll decide we go to playoffs because they have people of Kariobangi Sharks, so they want to favor Kariobangi Sharks over there. And now this bring them to the resort of, let us now go to the court. Maybe the court will be neutral to this idea. Kariobangi Sharks, on the other hand, they're like, what if the FKF and its body decides to favor Mombasa United? So they don't trust the people that are there. And that's why we have a lot of lagging. Because if you could have total confidence in the leaders that you have chosen, it could be an easy thing to do. Tell us FKF, you're saying, do you have a way forward? You have said that, is it playoff or is it direct promotion? Let us decide early enough so that the two teams can prepare themselves. If Mombasa United are having automatic promotion, they have a new coach from Tanzania.
Yeah.
He has to prepare his team for what is coming next. If Kariobangi Sharks are to be relegated, some of the players would want to transfer, or the club will want to loan some players to remain in the top tier.
Yeah.
But for now, they don't know, because they are afraid that I can loan players out or sell them and then I remain in the league. I'll face relegation again, something that I don't want. So it is the lack of trust in the leaders that we have that's making them go to the court process. And in Kenya, we know how they take a lot of time.
I've also been saying this, that the 2019 relegation and promotion rules has been favoring a lot of KPL teams, because now you're a KPL team, umemaliza huko chini, you have to face a team that fight because we know Super League venye iko.
Yeah.
These teams travel all around Kenya. They use a lot of money. Hii team struggle the whole season, ikakuja number 1, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Then now they have to face the KPL side, of which since that rule ikuje, most of the KPL teams ndo wamekuwa wakibenefit wakienda playoffs. So mimi personally I thought it should change, but again ilikuja too late into the season kama season ishaanza. So the teams didn't know about it. So I think also FKF needed to do better about that.
Yeah, that is very true. I want to take an example of Maseno, where we have a league.
Yeah.
Previously, we used to have the championship with 10 teams. And having 10 teams, we used to directly promote the first 2 and a playoff between the third team and the 17th team. But recently, we increased the number of members in the championship to 16. So that means for you to finish third in the championship, you have to have done a lot of effort. And we said, if you finish third, you'll have automatic promotion to the league. There will be no playoffs. So
yeah.
I also support your idea that in KPL, there are 18 teams.
Yeah.
In NSL, there are 20 teams. They also move around.
Yeah.
They move more than you. They use a lot of money.
So much.
And so if you finish third in the league, in the National Super League, you should have a direct promotion to the league.
Exactly.
But that is what the FKF also sat down and decided. But the problem is the time at which they said.
Yeah.
You see, what Kariobangi Sharks, they're not disputing that FKF said so. They're disputing the process, how it was said. It was said as the league had already commenced. So what could have happened? these teams, none of the team knew that it will finish 17 or below. So if it could have been said before and they all agreed, it could have been well and good. And ligi ingeisha, Kariobangi Sharks or any other team ingekubali relegation direct. But now you have said after it has started, Kariobangi Sharks wanaona kama wanadhulumiwa. So that's why they are disputing. So the blame goes to FKF and its leaders. They made a mistake for not saying it earlier enough.
This episode is brought to you by playmaster.co.ke. Ingia pale ndani ya Playmaster, na kama una data you can join through *265#. You can play Royal Win kwa casino yetu. Remember 30 winners wanapewa prizes pale daily, so you might be one of the winners today or maybe tomorrow. And also remember, the more you play, the more unaingia kwa raffle ya kushinda Nissan Note. So 100 bob yako safi can give you a Nissan Note on playmaster.co.ke. Now players transfer. Our transfer market is very, very I don't really like our transfer market, honestly, because a player will move from Gor Mahia to maybe Nairobi United, or maybe from Nairobi United to Gor Mahia, from FC to Kariobangi Sharks, from Sharks to Mathare. These fees are undisclosed. We don't know. For example, this player was Gor Mahia used this certain amount of money to buy this player. We really don't know. Do you think such things bado zinaleta ligi yetu ikuwe like we are unserious?
Absolutely. Take for example, when you look at European clubs, at now you know that Yamal will not cost less than 200.
Of
Whatever
course,
happens,
yes.
you know, Yamal will not cost less than 200. Olise, Mbappe, Haaland. This is where the problem is. I don't blame on the team specifically, but on the general board governing Kenya football. We lack a standardized valuation system of a player that will say Alpha Onyango is worth 40 million. What happens in Kenya is that you look at who is coming. For example, you have a player, Nairobi United, and you're like, Nairobi United can afford like 5 million. So let me say that 5 million.
Yeah.
But maybe a Spanish team come and they want the same Alpha Onyango, and you say those people have money, so he will be going for 10 million. You see?
Yeah.
So that lack of standardization of the values is what is bringing a challenge to Kenya. You see, a person will come and say that mkitupatia huyu player sisi ndio tutamjenga, so tupatie sisi tunamsaidia hapa agro, hapa mumlipi vizuri, and the player will be pushing aende kwa sababu atakuwa analipwa vizuri huko mbele, but at the expense of the club. Remember what happened with Rolls-Royce from Gor Mahia?
Yeah.
There's a problem that the club was saying they have not yet been paid, but the player has gone. Player ameenda amekuwa kicheza, mshahara yake huko amekuwa kipokea, but the club to club agreement it has ijatimizwa, simply because when those scouts come to Kenya, they look at a talent and they're like, this person we will develop, we see potential. The difference with the European clubs where they buy data.
Yeah, they buy data.
They
exactly.
buy data. Kenyan clubs, they sell potential. Here we sell potential that this player can still develop. This player, they don't have record of what the player has been doing. Statistically, we don't provide statistics that will back our players. You come and say that ule player ni mnoma, amekuwa akifunga mabao, anajua kudribble, but you don't have the data, even dribbles ngapi amepiga, saves ngapi. They're not adequate enough that they can be trusted by the scouts. But ukiana maju player na kwa 20 million and they give the reason why this player is that the player is young,
million, yeah.
The player has been helping his team lift such trophies. You understand?
Yeah.
But come here to the local football, there are a lot of problems with that you don't have statistics for this player that will market him. Here in Kenya, what I say, ukiangalia vizuri, high school footballers ndo wanaenda sana kushinda others. It's because hizo Spanish team, Denmark, wanataka hao because they see potential. When you are buying potential, it is like a gamble. So you are not going to spend a lot of money in it. Unlike when you go to European clubs and they say you are buying a talent, they have data that this person is a performer. They will spend the money. So what I urge the Kenya to do is simple. First, develop a standardization for these people that this person is valued at this amount.
Yeah.
So any club that comes to negotiate, you lock with that amount. Ikienda juu itakutoka kwa amount chini, haitaenda chini sana. But you see, they are undisclosed because people will be arguing like, why that amount?
Because also most of these players wana sign to unapata most of these contracts are 2-year contract, so team itakaa chini angalie na fulani alisign 2-year contract pale Nairobi United, yeah, so I can go and tell the player like wakitaka kukuofa another 2-year contract usi sign another contract, nitakukujia hiyo contract yako ikiisha, kuja wana free. So I think also these teams wanafaa wa reduce these contract terms ya 2 year, make it 4 years 5 years, so that a team ikikuja uambie you are buying contract, unanunua contract, and this player is worth this amount because he is on contract with us, he's been doing this, we need this amount for him.
That is very true, but another problem that comes with that is that the Kenyan footballers pia tunapenda pesa sana, such that unasikia utatoka, for example, let's say unatoka Bidco, unaenda Tusker, they pay better than Bidco, so you are like hapa nitalipwa pesa mingi. I'm not concerned about what is happening with the clubs, it is about me, how much I'm going to earn nikifika pale Tusker. So unajua contract yako itaisha, club might come and say situkuongeze contract ifike 6 years, but unajua because you want to go there Tusker na Tusker hata kuchukua once the contract has been expanded, unataka kusema Mr. sign hii sababu unataka mimi mwenyewe kuenda. You see what happens, the challenge is that in Kenya mostly it is the player to team agreement that is focused on than the club to club agreement.
Okay. Harambee Starlets walienda WAFCON, they've not have a good campaign, losing 3 out of 3 group stage games, 0 points, goal difference -7. What's your take about Harambee Starlets performance in the WAFCON?
First, I want to congratulate them for getting there.
Yeah.
Only 16 teams were to get there. They were among the 16. So we are going to say currently they're among the 16 best teams
in Africa.
Yeah. So it is a heads up for them. But whatever they did, they have watched all their games. But whatever they did there was something we ought to forget and learn from them. I watched the first game versus Morocco, where we lost 4-0.
Yeah.
They completely outdid us in every sector. Defensive, attacking, midfield-wise, they outdid us. Walitupiga ile 10. The score was 4-0, but they had everything in their favor. Nothing was for us. Come to the second game, I'd say we were a bit unlucky versus Senegal.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of chances. We were the better team.
We couldn't really convert the chances.
Yeah. Well, because I was listening to their head coach and she was saying that our biggest problem is conversion. But the problem is that something the coach should be saying? Or is something that she should have worked on? Because you had time with the team, you had these players with you, and you know the challenge is conversion. That should not be still the challenge. 0 goals in 3 games, 270 minutes. And
I know that we as journalists, we need to ask questions. Because, for example, she left somebody like Gentrix.
Yeah.
Who, if Starlets could have performed well, atungeuliza mbona Gentrix aliachwa.
That is very true.
But now that the performance was so bad, we need to ask questions why kina Gentrix hawako.
Yeah, I was looking at the comment section at Harambee Starlets Instagram page, and they were like, the first person you are blaming is the management, because why did they not take some players? Why they took others and left others? Tuchel na England alifanya mambo yake. He selected some players, aliacha big names. We were saying Harry Maguire, Palmer, but he didn't face a lot of critics for leaving them. Why? They performed.
Yeah.
That best. They took the bronze medal home. If Tuchel and England could have bought maybe at group stage, the questions could have begun with this, questioning the selection. So sometimes the coach understands better. I said I'm also a coach. So sometimes we don't judge the coach because he has been done with training. He has seen them, and there's a reason why some players were selected and others not. But now, what she should come and tell us is that the people you brought us did not perform. The attack you gave us did not even score a single goal.
Yeah.
That is now the question. The defense you brought us had no single clean sheet. We conceded in every game. Some goals were cheap. Look at the third goal. The second goal versus Algeria.
Yeah.
It was a goalkeeping mistake. The first goal also came from a defensive mistake before the set piece. So the question is, why the players you selected? You had that mandate to select the players you want, but why did the players who you select fail to deliver?
Yeah, so this episode is brought to you by playmaster.co.ke. You can go onto Playmaster, deposit 100 bob and play a royal win on our casino. 30 winners are being awarded daily, so you might be among the 30 winners on playmaster.co.ke. And also, the more you play, the more unaingia kwa raffle ya kushinda Nissan Note. You can join Playmaster through *265# when you run out of data. So head on to Playmaster because we are the best in the country right now. Yeah, so tukimalizia I think we need to talk about something, but time pia inatupiga chenga. Gianni Infantino proposed selling a minority stake for future World Cups, and a lot of people are not good with it. He wanted to sell a minority stake to private investors. Do you think he was really selling football? We know he was selling football, but it was really personal. As a football enthusiast and also a coach, and what do you think of Infantino's plan that has failed?
The first time I heard it, that Infantino wants to sell World Cup to private investors, I was shocked and said that, where are we heading? Where is the football heading? World Cup is the greatest treasure of football.
Yeah.
It is the biggest stage. There's no bigger stage for football than World Cup. That's when you win World Cup, number you have achieved it. Look at Yamal and others. They're young, but they're being told that they've achieved it because they have World Cup. So he might have his reasons, but I'll say the negative outweighs the benefit. And provided the negative outweighs the benefit, you're not taking it. I want to appreciate UEFA and its 55 nations.
Yeah.
They were the first people to come out and say, no. This is because investors are good. They bring money. You can pay players more. You can invest more on stadiums, on football, on youth development. It is good. But at the expense of what? When you sell football to private individuals, who will be running football now?
Of course, the private investors.
The private investors.
Because we know for a fact that FIFA is not... Si ati wanahitaji that hiyo pesa because they can sustain themselves. It's an independent body.
Yeah. You see, our investors, yes, they are bringing money, but do we really need it? We're not lacking.
Yeah.
The finance is already there. It is surplus. World Cup imewekwa. It is not being hosted even in several countries and are being managed. Referees are being transported to those. Media is being allowed there. And it is working. So the people are asking that the moment you bring these private investors, they would want to take control at some point.
Yeah.
This football belongs to the people. Football ikuangia hadi ya TM, manager. Football ikuwa
the people.
These people will come and go, but fans watabaki pale.
Of course.
Just take for example, look at Manchester, other teams, Chelsea, wame change managers mara ngapi?
A lot of time.
But the fans ni nyinyi mnabaki hapo. Player atakuja atatoka. We had Garnacho at Manchester United, he left. Ameenda Chelsea, ametoka sasa kwa Aston Villa. But you, the fans, the people who support the club,
will always remain. Yeah.
The investors move from teams to team. And there's something in particular they want in the team that maybe is not what the fans and the players themselves want. So the reason why UEFA and other, because so even CONCACAF and AFC, they later joined. Okay. And that's why it failed even before the voting was done. Is because they were saying that this football belongs to the people. Let it remain for the people. When you sell it to investors, they will have their own demands, even if not directly, indirectly. Maybe watakuwa na kuambia such players wanatusaidia kumarket. Make sure that they remain in the tournament. So I agree with whatever it was done, that it should not be promoted.
Do you think Infantino stands a chance to win another election?
No. Because what people have been fearing, what has been rumored, is now coming to the public. I just sometimes you say that you don't work on rumors, but once they keep on developing, Infantino himself gave the sign that he wants to sell it to private investors. Now the whole world know. Those people will be voting know that this person is like his money focused than the football part itself focused. So that's why I don't think he stand a chance. And for the next election, I think he will be going home.
That was the final whistle, and thank you for coming through on our first episode here. And thank you so much. I hope I'll see you again.
Sure.
Yeah, so that was the final whistle brought to you by playmaster.co.ke. Ingia pale ndani ya Playmaster and you stand a chance to win a lot of prizes. You can join through *265# and see you on the second episode next week.